Hello, welcome back to the United Way for the Aston Villa versus Manchester United match reaction. Manchester United have lost 2-1 away at Villa Park. A brace coming from Morgan Rogers, and obviously Cooney did get us back into the game before the second half. But unfortunately, the second goal for Morgan Rogers, which was literally similar to his first goal, got Villa the 3 points. Look, obviously, I did get to watch the game. Obviously, the match reaction isn't out as quick as I thought. I'm doing this late on a Sunday. Look, I'll be real with you. I thought we didn't play that bad today. Like, genuinely, some can disagree with me. And look, I'm not expecting you to agree with me. But I just thought today, with Look, we knew it was going to be tough without Mbuemo, Ahmad. Wait, let me just knock that off. Ahmad, Casemiro, Mazraoui. Obviously Kobe was out, but look, whether he would have started or not is we'll never know. We seem to be dominating most of the ball today. Which, to be honest, I thought it would have been we step back, beat them on the counter, but it was sort of the other way around. Obviously, Ruben sticks to his formation, the 3-4-2-1. But I just looked at our defence. Still worried about that defence. Then I'm looking at the midfield. And I worry about that. I worry about our midfield now, by the way. Because Bruno's injured. Bruno. And the thing is about this Bruno injury that worries me. He's not a player that goes down easy. He's not a player that wants to come off. So when Bruno's going down out of nowhere and asking that to come off, you sort of worry because it's weird because he went down, got back up. Not long after that, he signalled to the bench, that he needs to come off because obviously he had his injury. And then he plays till half time. We took a shot from the edge of the box. He was pinging passes more to the right hand side. He took a corner. So we sort of thought, okay. But yeah, look, second half, I don't think anyone expected him to come back out in the second half, to be honest with you. Which is a shame. It's a real shame. But yeah, back to what I was saying, just had to fix the lighting there because I usually use this light, but every time I use it, I don't know what goes on. It's like a weird whistling noise in the background. So we're gonna see if that's the problem. If not, well then we'll have to get a new. I'm actually even using a mic because when I got that, it was sort of sound like I was lagging. So I don't know what's going on. Hopefully, someone gets me a mic for a new microphone for Christmas. If any family member of mine is watching, I'm not hinting, but I could deal with one. But look, I backed us to Leo's 2-1 and 4. Look, when I predict us to Leo's, I didn't hope. Oh my God, I hope I'm going to be right. Obviously, when you predict your team not to win, you hope that you're going to be wrong. When I predict us to Leo's, I thought, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm eating, not even eating humble pie. I'm hoping eating happy pie. But I think it's weird because I think even though we lost, I think many people are looking at Bruno getting injured because people are talking about Bruno this, Bruno that, Bruno's rubbish, Bruno this. Well, what's Man United going to look like without Bruno? Well, obviously, look, you're going to have other players in if Bruno's not a Manchester United player again. But what are we going to look like now? We are so thin. Our depth is so thin. It's actually scary. It actually scares me how thin our squad depth is. It really genuinely does scare me. Genuinely. Lighting's better now. You can actually see me. Because you look at our bench today, it's full of young youth players. And to be honest, I think now, like here's the players now we haven't got available. And Bruno, Ahmad, Masraoui, Mainu has a calf injury. Dele, Maguire, Bruno. That's 7 players. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. That's 7 players. And we were like, Bruno's obviously going to be that player that he's going to get you. We're going to get a chance with him. He's going to create. We're going to be more of a threat. Bruno. We sort of lacked that in the second half, which is funny because we were still dominating, but we were still lacking that creativity because obviously Mount was playing forward. Cunha was dropping back and driving the ball forward, but he's not going to curate. He's more of a gift the ball to him and he'll run at you and, curate. When I say create, I mean, he'll try and create and score. He'll try and create the goal to go on the back of the net, if that makes sense. It's late, so forgive me. And I do worry about it. I'm just going to throw this up anyway since I've made it. I do worry about it because I look at what's our midfield. I will talk about the match, by the way, but this is a problem. What's our midfield going to look like now without Bruno? What's our formation going to look like without Bruno? How are we going to play without Bruno? Like, obviously Casemiro will be back, but Casemiro can't do what Bruno does. Mainu can't do what Bruno does. Ugarte cannot do what Bruno does. Jesus. No one on that team can do what Bruno does. Genuinely. Does Ruben go with the 4-2? Ruben has to go with the 4-2-3-1 now. He has to. Licha played in the midfield. Thought he done all right. But if he's going to be out for a month or whatever, or even 2-3 weeks, bite the bullet, Ruben. Don't be stubborn. Change until we get back to, a full squad again, you could say. This must be Bruno's second or third injury of his career. It's worrying. It just makes fucking the preview that'll be out on Christmas Eve a tough one to do now because spoiler, you're gonna see something different. You're gonna see wholly different. And I don't want to keep waffling on because it's a match reaction. It's not Bruno injury reaction, but it's part of the match, and I'm reacting to the problem. Look, let us know in the comments what do you think Ruben will do, because Ugarte and Casemiro. Look, I like Ugarte. I like the man Ugarte. The player I don't like. I like the person, not the player. I just don't. He's a player that's lacking a lot of confidence for me. He's a player that won't be at Manchester United for long. He won't. He won't. Whether it's a loan or a permanent, he won't be at Manchester United for long. And the way he's playing isn't really going to help us get rid of him. So this could be a loan jobby, which doesn't help because we need the money. We need midfielders. We need players. Because look how thin our midfield is. Look how thin it is right now. We're going to lack these next couple of games. Newcastle, Wolves. Well, Wolves we should be doing perfect good there. But these next few games could be tough for us. These could be tough. These could be, fucking buckle up and prepare. Because a player like Bruno being out, it's not the end of the world, but it may as well be. It literally may as well be. So yeah, I'm not going to say what I think we do, but the midfield, we predict the whole team because I don't want to ruin the preview. But I guarantee it should be a midfield of genuinely Casemiro, Licha, Cunha maybe. I don't know. Oh, it just gets more tough. You know what? I'll work it out as the games come because I need it to make sense. But something has to change in that formation, in that system formation, with what we have now. Nothing got to do with how we're playing with it. It's just we haven't got the ammo, if that makes sense, to be able to play it now. Simple as that. Look, in terms of the game, yeah, look, I thought we done well. How we performed, but unfortunately, I wasn't happy with how we conceded, because the 2 goals that Morgan Rogers scored, 2 good goals, by the way, really well taken goal. Morgan Rogers is an excellent player. Villa have a baller on their hands. There's no doubt about that. Fair play to Villa. They win. What can I say? If you get a chance and you take it and it goes in the net, well then that's just well done from to you. But Euro on the first goal should be getting tighter. A player like Morgan Rogers, especially with the form he's in, should be getting tighter. Euro's been hit and miss this season. He really, really has. I like him, I genuinely do, but he has been hit and miss for us this season. Villa were just that left side. They were going to our left side constantly. Our right hand side, because they knew that's where they can get us. That's because Dalot cannot fucking defend. Dalot can't defend. Euro, you saw that player where if you run at him with speed, pace, with the lack of experience, or he's like 19, 20 years of age, you can get at him. And even the second goal, why is Dalot not? Tielemans was the player that gives it to Rodgers, but why not give foul? Give away a free kick. Give away a free kick. He just lets him through. Just looks at him. It's like he's hoping that. It's like Dalot's just like, give it in. My players will clear that, and he didn't. Morgan Rogers goal scored, bang. He kept looking at him. Every goal the two was just like, yeah. Oh, goal 2-1. Shit. Honestly, but like I said, Villa had got them 2 opportunities and they took them well, just like the one we had from Cunha. So I wasn't happy with that. To be honest with you, which is funny because I thought they were with Doggy, as much as I like them, they would have sort of tried to go on that side, but they didn't. They were going over to the side of Euro was there and Dalot. They were sort of going that side instead of the Doggy side. Obviously would have had Luke Shaw behind them playing as the wide centre back. So interesting. I thought Heaven was. I actually liked Heaven. I thought Heaven done well today. But unfortunately, these are the games that if you go dominate, you should be winning. We showed signs, and the thing is with Manchester United, we sort of just have to, especially this season, take any positives you can find. If you can find any positives, whether it's just 1, 2, whatever, you have to take it. You have to take it. And I don't it's easy for me to say now, if we had Mbumo, Ahmad, Casemiro, Masvidal, we would have won today, but that's easy to say in hindsight. But reality is we didn't have 10 players, so tough, deal with it. I was watching it where at the family event I was at in my uncle's house, who, yes, most of my uncles are Liverpool fans and cousins. One of my cousins supports City, the other one supports Manchester United. I support Manchester United. My dad supports Manchester United. So yeah, don't get me wrong, we actually didn't get slagged off them when we lost, so I respect that. I like that, because let's be honest, anytime he says something to us, it was, yeah, but they were calling us shit. But yeah, if we're shit, we beat you. We beat you. You were the champions. We beat you. So we got away with it, but still, you still like to go around there, 10 feet tall. We won, blah blah blah. But that's just how it is. We're 7 in the league now. Newcastle on the Boxing Day or Stephen's Day if you live in Ireland. Obviously, I'm Ireland, so it's 27th. Looking forward to Christmas now. Hope everyone does enjoy their Christmas. Obviously, the preview for the Newcastle game will be on Christmas Eve. Like I said, there'll be no match reaction, but if I can do a video and like an Instagram sort of video and throw it up on the gram, by all means, I'll do that if I get the opportunity. But looking forward to Christmas now. We get to look forward to Christmas. I wasn't happy. I wasn't disappointed with how he performed. I wasn't disappointed. Genuinely, I wasn't disappointed. But I was disappointed in how he defended. Our defense is lightweight. And obviously there'll be no Manu for the game against Newcastle. So yeah, when Manu literally has the chance to play, he becomes injured, which is a shame. It's a shame. I feel for the kid. I really, really, really do. But there's the stats there. If you just want to have a quick browse through, we sort of had dominated most of them, but unfortunately, the only stat that matters is the scoreline, and it was a 2-1 loss. So sort of disappointed with that. But what can you do? That's just how it is. That's what you have to deal with. But yeah, look, next season we could be even better, and that could be games that we could win. But Villa defended well in that second half, and I just think that even at top, like Sesko had one or two chances in the first half. We did create. But I did like the first game without, Ahmad. We missed Ahmad today. No one can deal with Ahmad. I know Bruno hasn't been great lately, but just having him playing, like he's a threat. He's one of our danger men up top. Kearney done very well. It's nice to see him back again. He's definitely. I said to my cousin, I think with Bruno gone now, and Ahmad and players like that, Kearney will really shine. I think Kearney will shine. But it's a shame about Bruno. I hope his injury isn't bad. I hope he's back sooner rather than later. I look, best case scenario, he's out for 2 or 3 weeks. But that means he missed the Newcastle game, the Wolves game, the Leeds game. I don't know who we play after, so he can miss maybe 4, 5, 6 games. But look, knowing Bruno, he's a player that wants to play for the club. He loves the club. He's just a man that he doesn't go down easy. Like he just genuinely doesn't. Any other player would be sitting down looking to come up. Bruno just got up. Let's keep going. I'm gonna keep doing my job until I have to come off. But look, we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll get an update in Ruben's press conference. When he does run it down, that'll probably be Tuesday. Maybe Christmas Eve, depending on what Ruben's schedule is over the festive period. But look, all in all, the players I was happy with today. Heaven, Cunha, Leach. I thought Leach was good in the midfield. To be honest with you, Dallo defensively is shit. Yarrow, he's going through. He's not going through the best of form. Dorgu wasn't that bad, to be honest with you. Ugarte, look, it's what I expected. Sesko, look, he's back from injury. I'll let him lie, but he did have chances that he should, especially the one in the first half where he was through, should bag. They had another where he was turning around the keeper, took it too far, went there for a goal kick. Just shoot, just have a crack. But I don't think many of our players played terrible. But unfortunately, we need players that are willing to fight, willing to get stuck in, willing to graft, and that's what Villa done today. They were fighting, they were willing, they were getting stuck in. Even when we were dominating, going forward, you just always had that. Going forwards, Villa still looked a threat. So they still had that threat in them, even though we were dominating. And we need players that are willing to fight, willing to get stuck in, but we what I'd like to say is I think this game, these next few games, don't expect anything special of Manchester United. I think we do beat Newcastle on Monday. Oh, Monday? Jesus, Friday. Because they're a bit rocky as well. But again, they have midfielders. They have Guimaraes. They have that lad that came from Villa. Gordon, Voltemade. He might score us a goal if we're lucky. Jacob Murphy. Harvey Barnes is doing well for them. Obviously, they have Anthony Alanga. So Newcastle do have threats. And look, they probably fancy themselves even more because I feel like our players that we have out injured or just not available, Newcastle will be fancying themselves because we are more of a shot Bruno Fernandes. So look, this will be a time where people, will realise, don't realise how lucky we are without Bruno, but we could play incredible. We could play good football, and then people are like, see, told you. So look, this could be a shit. We actually really do need Bruno Fernandes, or this could be we can play better without him. Let's see what happens. But look, that midfield, Ruben has a lot of thinking to do, a lot of changing to do, a lot of planning to do ahead of the Newcastle game. But look, a fair play to Aston Villa. I'm not that fan where I'm salty or I'm gonna moan. I got up after the game and said, you know what? Even though we were sort of seen to have most of the ball, we weren't playing well. I thought a draw would have been the fair result, but I did say Villa are that team that give them chances and they'll put them in the back of the net, and that's what they did. You got two chances. They put them in, the two chances they got, they put them in the back of the net. But that just goes down to our defending, our sort of that experience. An experienced player will just get stuck in there. Give them a corner or a free kick, or best case scenario, we get the ball back. We didn't press. We weren't pressing. We weren't pressing enough. I thought, and that's what happened. Yoro for the first goal, Dallo for the second goal. You need to be willing to get stuck in, get in his face, press. And unfortunately, if you don't do things like that, it can cost you, and it did today. And look, our goal was just, good from Dorgu and good from Cunha there. And why? But then our goal comes from pressing, getting stuck in, being aggressive, and unfortunately we don't do it enough, and it's an issue. But look, do let us know your thoughts on the game. Let us know your thoughts. What you do. What would your team be for the upcoming game against Newcastle? Because I'm going to have a headache predicting this team. I can predict the defence, I can predict the attack, I can predict who's going to play in goals, obviously. But that midfield, look, let's see what happens over the next couple of days now, up until we do the preview. But look, I've enjoyed doing this. This will probably out this will be out now soon. I'm not going to wait till Monday morning. I'm going to throw it out as soon as get it out there for everyone to see. But please do like the video, comment your thoughts on the game. Do subscribe, much appreciated. Follow our Instagram, link in the description. Look, when the new year comes, we're going to be doing a lot more. I'm getting like a desk for Christmas, so I really want to get stuck in. I want to get the heads down like I used to before. We have a website, get that stuck in. Obviously, I took it down to sort out. And look, hopefully we start earning, and we can get someone to help us, but we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to find someone who's good, but look, we'll see what happens. I want to plan. Obviously, people just throwing out previews, but obviously January you have the transfer window open, so hopefully we do a bit of business and all goes well for us. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.